These niggas, yeah, Drake? Drake? The nigga that got bodied by Pusha T? The nigga that hiding his kid from the world, but his world wouldn't hide from the kid? Aubrey Graham in the wheelchair? Drake?
Yes!
Y'all niggas better stop playing with me in here. Stop telling me like I ain't teach Drake everything he know.
Hold on, you taught Drake everything he know.
Y'all ain't hear Drake on his first song? Tell me what's really going on. Drizzy Drake back in this thing already. That's Soldier.
Shit.
That's my bar.
Shit.
He copied my whole fucking flow.
That's Kiss Me Through the Phone.
He copied my whole fucking flow. Word for word, bar for bar.
Load up the Pro Tools and press 3. Studio filled with Jack in the Box and Pepsis. Niggas watching War Star videos, not the SBs. Laughing at beat pump or stomach turning. I get up and proceeded to write some. Absol in the corner, mumbling raps, fumbling packs of Blackie Miles, crumbling Kush till he cracked a smile. His words legendary, wishing I could rhyme like him. Studied his style to refine my pen. That was back when the only goal was to get J-Rock through the door. Warner Brother Records, hope Naeem Ali would let us know. Was excited just to go to them label meetings. Wasn't my record deal, but still I couldn't believe it. Me and Rock inside the booth hibernating. It was simple math. If he made it, that mean I made it. Everything I had was for the team. I remained patient, grinding with my brothers. It was us against them, no one above us. Bless our hearts.
What you talking about? What you talking about?
My nigga Dave had a champagne Acura, a bunch of instrumentals I freestyled in the passenger. That nigga wore several hats, a producer, manager, director, and DJ. A hi-hat, squabbling bloods, pound rules, and keywords.
What it is you really do.
Yo, what it do, y'all? What it do? I am the host with the motherfucking most. Chill motherfucking Murray. You're now tuned in to Live from the Spot. Shout out to everybody tuned in, not tuned in. You know how we do it and how we rock. That's right, Medusa. Mustard! That goddamn album, I tell you. I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that song tonight. Like, I didn't realize how bad I needed to hear that song until I just played it again. Welcome everybody. I see a lot of people up in here tonight. That's what I like. This is first. Shout out to Fury B being up in here. Kim Crawford. Who else up in here? Overthoughts. I ain't seen you in a minute, brother. Overthoughts. Abra Amuna. Medusa. Glad to always have you join us. Emil Mendez. Cherie Parnell. Why does that name sound familiar? Zoe Childs. Good to see you. G, what's going on? Ooh, a lot of people. I might start. See, this is why I be confused. Do I need to go early or do I need to go late? Because sometimes when I go later, I notice I get everybody in here at one time. But if I go too early, everybody just start piling in the club. You know what I'm saying? Fashion be late. About 11 o'clock. So it's like, all right, let me see what happens when I go later. But to be honest with you, I'm actually going through it right now. In fact, I'll just put it in the chat now. Because I'm kind of going through it right now. I wasn't gonna say anything, but then I'm like, if I don't say anything, you'll just never know. So, and to be honest with you, to be completely honest with you, I wouldn't necessarily donate to that. If you guys would like, I would definitely appreciate it. I would appreciate it more. Did it go in there? I'd appreciate it more if you guys hit the hit the cash up if anything. Miss Stanger, what's going on? Prince Cherie, what's going on? But yeah, so the real reason why I took so long to get on tonight was because I left work at 6:15. They might have a damn blister on the inside of my lip that I saw. Sorry if I talk like Mike Tyson tonight. If I talk like Mike Tyson tonight, I'm sorry. But I have a blister on the inside of my lip right now. I feel like this shit about to bust, I know. But anywho, I left work about 6:15. I didn't get here till almost 10:20. So my brother had a long walk. Had a very long walk. I was carpooling for quite some time, and suddenly the carpool has ceased because of other obligations of the carpool. I'll just say that without letting the person's business go out there. You know what I mean? So it was a sudden stop and cease of the carpool, which has put me back in a bind because I pay $50 going back and forth to work when I take a Lyft. I'm not on a bus route. I'm not on a train route. I am only a 15-minute car ride to work, thank God, but it is still $50 for me to take a Lyft. It is $25 going, $25 going back. So $50 a day can truly hurt a person. Like, really. Especially when you just pay bills as well as you did things for the home and you put groceries in and you said, okay, I'm going to allocate this particular little bit of budget and the savings towards the vehicle because I still have to get a car. I'm still trying to save to get a car. Now that's been thrown out the window completely because the money that I was saving has now gone to the past week of having to lift suddenly again. So it has put me back in a tremendously bad spot. To the point you have that decision of, yeah, pretty much half the work's day's pay. But if, like I said, if anything, hit that. If you would truly like to help, hit that. The Chill Murray 1 Cash App, if anything. Because I went to the link and what had happened was, thank you for donating as well. She's already donated. Madman 90, what's going on? She's already donated, but I do have to give her that back for the simple fact that I don't necessarily think I'm even going to see that until I hit that goal, which it's a goal that I really wanted, it's a goal I really want to hit, but I don't necessarily think I would be able to. Icon Vonnie, what's going on? So, like I said, if you really would like to help, it would be best to hit the Cash App more than anything, because I'm not gonna whatever you guys would send in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it unless, like I said, I get the entire 45 or past it. So, and I'm like, to be honest with you, I'm like 10, 20 short of getting to work tomorrow. So that's just the God's honest truth. So, like I said, it takes a lot to even, let go of my pride and even say these things here on the microphone and on this live stream, but I'm just being completely honest with everyone. I'm just up Schitt's Creek right now, and it's, as much as I would like to say that this pays, it doesn't, because I'm demonetized. So, and I don't necessarily, I don't ever get on this thing to say, hey, please pay to get in here. I never do that. I never do that with y'all. I just have it up there. Y'all know I never say anything about it, but this is one of those times where I'm literally like in desperate actual need of help. So, Simple Town Radio, what's going on? And I don't mean to burden anyone with my troubles, because I know every and anybody in here is just like me in living day-to-day life. Yes, that is me. That is me as well. That's my government name. There's my government name. So now you guys also have my government name. So, which I'm always transparent with you guys. I'm never not. I'm always honest and transparent with you guys. That's, excuse me. First and foremost, I am always going to be honest and transparent with you guys. I will always bare my soul with you. So, T Bonds, what's going on? But again, I don't like to burden anyone with my troubles whatsoever. I am a very humble person, and I try to continue to be that way. So, well, my phone just went off. I don't know where it is right now. I hear it, but thank you, whoever that was. I'm not sure who that was. So I'm not going to shout. I'm not going to say the name, just in case you would like to keep your privacy. So thank you to whoever just sent that just now. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Like I said, you just helped me amazingly to at least get to where I need to go tomorrow. Yes, that's definitely what community means, Zoe Child. That's definitely what it means. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat as well as, like I said, it takes a lot as a Leo. It takes a lot to even say these things. And like I said, just be honest. So I love all of you, and I greatly appreciate you guys. This is why I do what I do. I do apologize. My voice sounds like this. Like I said, I walked from 6:15 all the way to 10:20 when I walked in the door, and I said I need to at least indulge in a little bit of something real quick, as well as I need to eat. So I did that, as well as I put together the little intro real quick. I apologize for being on so late. My apologies for being on so late. But yeah, so without further ado, we're going to get to thank you to the second person that just sent something. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. God knows I greatly appreciate y'all. Y'all have no idea how much I appreciate it. So let us get into, because another thing I'm gonna do tonight, I'm gonna be on for a while tonight. I just tell you right now. What we're gonna do is, for those that have, I'm gonna just share the link in the chat if you don't already have it. Twitch TV. I'm gonna share the Twitch TV link for those that need it, because we're going to be reviewing the. I don't know why I spelled it like that. We're going to be reviewing the Kendrick Lamar album, but I will not be doing that here. I will not be doing that here. I will not be doing that on YouTube anyway. For those that are on Twitch TV already, that is where you will be going once I finish with this docket here, because this is going to be brief. Yes, please hit that like button. They already, for some strange reason, I always hear nobody gets the notifications like that. And I get it. Nobody gets the notifications like that because they don't like me at YouTube. They just don't like me at YouTube. I don't know why. They just don't. But anywho. Where is my thoughts are everywhere right now. So, Drake. I have been refraining from saying your name for, I don't know, maybe a month now. I've gone a month and a half without saying your goddamn name. For good reason. For good reason. Who was that just now? Thank you. Oh, my God. That last one. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ooh, that last one. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that Cash App. Thank you. Thank you so much. That helped me way. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Norma Dominguez, what's going on? What's going on? I lost train of thought. Thank you so much. Yes, Aubrey. Aubrey. Ooh, thank God. God is good. Thank you so much for that last Cash App. Oh, Mr. Aubrey. So, pretty much, we talked about this a couple of times, haven't we? I mean, this to anybody that's been watching the pod, this don't even sound brand new to you. Him suing Universal Music Group and the reason why he's suing Universal Music Group should not sound new to you. I almost feel like going to my channel just to play the clip off of it. The man has been in New Eyes. What's going on? The man has been crying wolf about Universal Music Group investing in Not Like Us to promote it on Spotify and boost the numbers to make Drake's name be devalued. Then he did a second filing of defamation of character because they calling him a pedophile. Yes, we called this. We called it. I said, yo, there is no way in hell Universal is going to let a big ass record like Not Like Us happen and is calling his biggest artist a pedophile unless somebody is paying for it. I said somebody is paying a pretty big penny to see the fall of Drizzy Drake. And I said it make plenty sense for the man that gave him the $400 million to devalue that pocket. Because when it come back around for what's they talking about now in the filings, when it come back around for what? Renegotiating. That $400 million you owe me, sir. It just don't hit the same right now. And what did I compare it to, right? The diamond. I said, yo, I lend someone a diamond. This particular diamond has no etches in it. Has no etches or scratches in it whatsoever right now. Okay? None whatsoever. But after a while, it starts to have that wear and tear of it. The value starts to go down and down and down and down and down. Now, what happens if I know where you didn't put that diamond, but I have a sniper that's ready to just hit that diamond and take a nice chip off the rock of it. But you didn't know that. Now, when you try to show me that same diamond that you want to give back to me, it ain't worth the same no more. But I know why it ain't worth the same no more. Because I devalued it. This was planned. This was planned. As soon as that Like That record happened, and Kendrick took his little 2 weeks, while Drake just said, hey, man, come on, what you got, man? What you got, man? Let me know what you got, man. Kendrick's all right. Do I have the green light? Or I have the green light, Lucian? Get him. And what happened? What happened? You don't even see, let me give you a perfect example of the devaluation of Drake. It's right there. It is the Chill Murray 1, bruh. It's Chill Murray 1 right there. At the bottom right there. And whatever it is, I greatly, even if it's 50 cents, I greatly appreciate it. Let me pull up this real quick. Let me show you a quick example. Matter of fact, and I'll pull up No Face, just to boost the example, right? Now, if you look at the views here, the views he has for No Face on the Drake official has only 379,000 views. The record itself has about 4.6 million. Where am I getting at? What am I getting at? Look at the rest of his records. Also take note too, No Face is nowhere to be found on the official actual page of Drake. In fact, his last record that was put out is probably one of his least to date, besides Polar Opposites. And it looks like what do you call it? Deluxe edition of the last album he put out, For All the Dogs. I'm even looking at the views here. Like, the views have went drastically down for him. Drastically down. 24 million was the last one, 6 months ago. And we all know Drake has put out record after record after record with the 100 gigs. Still, nothing. Literally nothing. How does your most recent video have barely half a million views? Let's think about that now. Drake does not have the same oomph that he used to have. No, he was not supposed to drop that 100 gigs. But he did it because he had no other choice. Rob Monson said the same thing tonight on the Company Man stream, not 35 minutes ago. Yeah, like this is the part where you have to look at, like, Drake is not Drake anymore. Drake is not Drake anymore at all. And Kendrick didn't need bots for this. Because the bots put like this, if there were bots, they didn't come from Kendrick. That's the thing. They didn't come from him. But we know now who they came from, for sure. For sure now. And Drake knows too. See, this is, you know how they say that when there's smoke, there's fire? But everybody is saying, we don't necessarily smell no fire. We don't smell no smoke. We don't smell no smoke. Yes, that 400 million was a trap. King Osmond, what's going on? He told him to burn that hard drive. Yeah, for a good reason. For good reason. But this is where, they say there's smoke, there's fire, right? For a long time, Drake was just chilling in this big mansion and didn't know there was a fire already set in one of the 15 bathrooms. And after a while, that fire went from bathroom to bathroom, to room to room. Before you know it, it made its way downstairs. And Drake said, hey, my house on fire. Who the fuck lit my house on fire? Who lit this bitch? Too late now. The house is on fire, my nigga. It's too late now. The house is on fire. What just happened? Thank you so much for that last Cash App. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm keeping all names private because, like I said, I God bless you. And thank you so much. I love you all. I greatly appreciate, like I said, anything at all. Like I said, if it's 50 cents, anything, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. My thing is, brother, this fire been brewing for a long time. Kendrick been waiting to dig a hole in you for 10 years. Dwayne Murphy, what's going on? Drake might get that Diddy treatment if he's not careful. Yes, see, that's the thing. That is what's brewing. That's what's brewing. I was just talking about that earlier when what happened was, I just was talking about that earlier. I got to get you that back. I'm going to refund you that from there because I don't think I'm going to get that until I actually hit the goal. So that was my bad. So I would definitely prefer that over that site, if anything. But anywho, dog, Not Like Us was calling you a pedophile, yes. But this was a long invested into for the simple fact that you owe that $400 million and Lucian knew that. You have been running this hamster wheel of a tour, or I should say tours, for the longest. You have never left the hamster wheel of touring whatsoever from the beginning of your damn career. You have never took a vacation. And all this time, everybody's like, so he's just a workaholic. No, nigga, you a slave deal. You was signed to a nigga that signed to a nigga that said he was signed to that nigga. Remember that? You haven't been into your own situation until Universal gave you that $400 million, which we all know now was just another curtain. Just another curtain behind the magic show. Just another curtain. And now that bitch is pulled back. Now it's you got me. Now it's I want to cry wolf. Who did this to me? Nigga, you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. You knew what that $400 million was going to do. You knew exactly what it was going to do. And now you suing Lucian Grange. The nerve of you. The nerve of you. You could have did this over pasta, brother. You could have did this over pasta and Chardonnay. You ain't have to do all this. Whole petitioners and shit. You ain't have to do this. Now you're publicly crying, bitch. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't go out bad like this. For those of us that still was a fan of you, don't go out like this. What that lady said in the Matrix? I forgot her damn name. Not like this. Not like this. That's this remind me of right here. You about to go in a bad way. I guess you forgot part of that Triple X Tentacion murder is still open. Speaking of can't keep him around a minor, Ayana case ain't started yet. The 17-year-old. Have we forgotten about little Ayana? I hope we ain't forgot about little Ayana. I know good and well. See if I still got her video. I know Lucian ain't.
Wait, they said Drake dad follow you?
Who do?
Be honest, what do you think about the Drake allegations?
Yes, speak on it.
Would you let
That's
Drake? Would you let Drake like you?
That'll be something I can't confess. I mean, not confess, something I can't talk about because that'll be in the court.
The court.
Lord.
That was all I needed to hear. That will be in the court. What you trying to say, Aya? That there's a case open? Once again, and thank you so much for that very last Cash App. God bless you, and thank you so much for that. I greatly, greatly appreciate that as well. Like I said, it doesn't matter what it is. I greatly appreciate it. But when Miss Aya says that'll be in the courts, now this is a little 17-year-old. Thank you. Salute, salute. This is little 17-year-old Aya. For those that don't remember, this is the same girl that we saw that had pictures at the Mark Hotel where Drake was staying. This is the same girl. The same 17-year-old that, as he just pointed out, hey, didn't Drake's dad follow you? This was in part of that blind item board that we were looking at. And it literally said to look up her name. Now, it has been since made private, as well as Drake's dad has unfollowed the girl. At the time that I looked, he was still following. But he has then since it got blown up, he has now unfollowed the girl. As well as a few others that he was following that were very underaged. Talking about Dennis Graham. Yes, it's always a little kid. It's always a little kid. It's always the innocent children. And little Aya is just 17. Like, Drake, how low can you go? You get in limbo with this one. Then again, we know how low you go. Millie Bobby Brown low. That's how low you can go, I guess. But it became such a pattern with you, sir. So again, I also read between the lines where I'm noticing you're not suing Kendrick for that defamation. You're suing again, Universal. Why are you suing your own label for calling you a pedophile? Is it because there's some truth to this? Why are you not suing Interscope? Why are you not suing YouTube? Well, the others that this blew up on, right? My nigga, there was a full cover of. Let's remind you were talking about defamation. Hold on now. I'm talking about defamation. Oh. The Not Like Us cover was literally pedophile stickers on top of your house. Like, people were able to ride past your house because they can see this on Google. They're able to ride past your house on Park Lane Circle in Toronto and see the OVO mansion. Yeah, he can't sue it. That's the thing. It's not that he can't sue them. He didn't. That's the thing. It's certain key things that need to be pointed out in this petition. We're going to get to in a second. But there's certain things that need to be keyed in here. Again, why are you not suing Kendrick specifically? Why are you only suing your record label? You suing your record label tells me you know exactly who started that fire in your household. He knows exactly who started that fire. It took him a while to figure it out. But again, now it's to the point where you just a little boy crying wolf. And nobody believes you. Not one person believes what you are saying in this is true. Except me. Because I knew it ahead of time. But to the masses that I'm hearing out there, I'm looking around. I'm like, oh, all the sheep just, oh, nobody sees this. Oh, now you look even worse, Drake. Now you look even worse. Not only did you lose the battle of the year, but during the damage control of it, you didn't broke a damn glass vase. A very expensive vase. In fact, you didn't just knock it over, you threw it down yourself. You picked up the vase and threw that bitch down just to cause some attention. Haven't you learned from the diddler what happens when you break a vase and cause attention? You pay for that vase. That vase expensive. Again, there's a few things out there that Mr. Lucian could say, hey, remember Drake did that? Yeah. Bring that back up again. You thought Not Like Us was bad, nigga. You thought your pedophile allegations were bad, nigga. A whole court case that proves it? You fucked. You fucked. On top of the Triple X Tentacion murder that's still open. That's still under investigation, sir. One of the murder suspects is on the YNW Melly case helping. The investigation is still open, nigga. Have you forgotten? All the lyrics that they can pretty much... This is going to be in the YSL Rico. You going to fuck around and get murdered for hire. Like Dirk did. I can see that happening now. I can see that one happening right now. You going to fuck around and get a murder for hire charge. Cut Candle, what's going on? Yeah, that's the only thing. You said it just right there, Dwayne Murphy. I bet that too. Something is going to pop up from that Triple X Tentacion all of a sudden that Drake then whistle blew. All of a sudden, I can see that subpoena coming right the fuck back up. Mr. Drake, you got to come to court, sir. We have some questions for you. Why did you say this, that, and the third in these lyrics here? What does this have to do with anything? Don't fuck around them make an actual buildup of the case and say, hey, why do you have a Triple X Tentacion lookalike in your video? What you trying to do? Why does this lyric match up with what happened to Mr. Triple X Tentacion? You gonna get questioned. They're gonna question it. They're gonna question it. And if we talking about court of public opinion, you fucked. Again. If we talking about court of public opinion on Triple X Tentacion murder and you, better tread lightly. Never bite the hand that feeds you. You damn right, Simpleton Radio. Baby Juju, what's going on? He can't beat the allegations. He just can't. He can't. Because there's too much truth to them. Justin Kemp, what's going on? It's way too much truth to them. This is one of those things where if Drake really wants to make this good, this is why I said before, Drake, go away. Roger, go home. Roger, go home. Take your ass home and come back. He just didn't listen. We told you before, Roger, go home. Roger ain't never took his ass home. Instead, he just want to whine and complain and go off. Now you're going no script, Roger. Now you're going rogue. And you know what happens to celebrities when they go rogue. And this is at a point where I think, either this is the Scorpio in him that has no choice but to be somewhat emotional. Because you know how Scorpios are with their emotionalness. You know how they are. He has no choice. And the lights. See, this is the thing. You got the waffle color light skinness in you, as well as you got the emotional Scorpio in you. You can't help but the whine. You can't help but the whine, unfortunately, it seems like. So now that you're going to whine about what's going on loudly, instead of, like I said, going to have dinner, you didn't have enough damn dinners as far as investing in your own career and making sure things go right quietly. You might as well have had a dinner with somebody to say, hey, I need a meeting with such and such because I want to know, did they do what I think they did? But for you to loudly just, like I said, break this vase. A better example, for you to just loudly throw this goddamn rock at the window and stand there. You done threw the rock at the window, broke it, and stood there. The light is on. And you still standing there. I'm talking about the lights in the house done came on and you still standing there. That is the equivalence of this case right now. And he got a Cancer moon. The boy can't help. He can't help himself. That's another thing. Bruh, are you thinking about your kid at this point? Well, maybe you are. Because I'm pretty sure it's been a couple of times where you didn't have to, I don't want to hear it, son. God bless the kids, but it's been a couple of times little Adonis son came home from school. Daddy, they said, not now, son. Not now, son. Not now. But they saying you, not now, son. Not now, son. Did you really get a BB? Not now, son. Not now, son. Is that really your hair up there? I'm cutting it off tomorrow, son. I'm cutting it off tomorrow. Are you really up? Don't you say that word. You're going to get grounded. You say that word. And no, I'm not. I knew it was a Scorpio in the chat. See? What's up, Icon Dwani? What's up, Icon Dwani? Yes, y'all do. Yes, y'all do. Y'all definitely do. And this is the thing. This is where Drake is trying to formulate a plan against someone he cannot beat. He is formulating a plan that he cannot succeed at. You going against the grain. The Grange in this case. You going against the Grange. This ain't something that, this is the person that pretty much gave you your big career. The bigger part of your career. God's plan, all that wouldn't have happened without Lucian Grange. Let's just be honest here. You wouldn't have had God's plan and all the other hit records without Lucian. So now, let us see what happens. See, here's the thing. Another thing that Drake forgot to mention to himself in the mirror. What are you going to do now that you don't have the machine behind you? You've never not had the machine behind you. So whatever music you think you're going to be putting out now, nigga, your core fan base has left the club already. They have already left the club. Especially after hearing the pedophile allegations. Your core fan base, the females, have left the club. You know why they left the club, Drake? Because they got kids, Drake. They got kids, Drake. Sorry to say, the women you deal with don't have no goddamn kids, Drake. Because they young as hell. You think you slick. You're messing with the... Joe Budden said it, but he didn't mean to say it in a way that, you know, would blossom the way it did. Stop fucking the 25-year-olds. Stop fucking them. You're 36. Nigga, you're older than me. Nigga, you're about to be 38. I think you just did 30. Nigga, you just turned 38. 40 is creeping. And not the engineer that you work with. Nigga, stop fucking the 25-year-olds and under. And see, that's another thing. If you fucked with a 25 and up, maybe this would happen. But nigga, you fucking Lotto sister. The bitch ain't even 20. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? And this is publicly you fucking her. This ain't a what if. This is public knowledge, you fucking Lotto sister. A whole goddamn blind item comes out months in advance letting us know you fucking Lotto sister. Because guess what? The blind item literally says that this person is sleeping with this person's sister because the rapper needs a hit record from this big rapper. Come on now. It just so happened that Lotto can't use the big record right now because your name don't mean shit. That is the monkey wrench that Kendrick literally put on the entire fucking game. Drake was eating off of the points of everyone's project through his Universal deal. So now, what happens when nobody is putting out projects? Because now they know that Drake is eating off of their projects. Haven't y'all noticed the past couple of years been damn near quiet as far as the big name acts? It's been damn near crickets from that Universal side, hasn't it? Because Mr. Drake makes money off of everybody over there. Ross wasn't just talking out his ass when he said, you put a cease and desist on French Montana's album. We literally looked it up. Sent a cease and desist because your right-hand man is the nigga that work at Apple. And just got hired at one of the highest positions at Universal. Nigga, you ain't slick. You ain't slick. Juju, you hit the nail in the fucking noggin saying that one. Ego killed radio. And Ego killed the radio star and video buried him. That is the damn truth right there. I mean, it even has Drake. That's the crazy thing, Icon Bonnie. It even has a Drake-like title, Georgia Peach. He even has a Drake-like title. Something catchy. That's the thing. I didn't study this nigga so much throughout his years. I was an actual fan of him. I was an actual fan of him. What, Georgia Peach? No. And reason why is because YouTube already on my ass. I barely even wanted to play the Kendrick intro. To be 100% honest with you. As I said, when I go to Twitch, yeah, if you on Twitch with me, we most definitely will play the Lotto video over there. We most definitely will. But not while I'm on YouTube. Not while I'm on YouTube. Speaking of which, let me get on to this case now. Let's get on over here to this court case. That ain't yet a trap. All right. And like I said, I don't have the second filing up here, but we don't necessarily need the second filing. We already know this about. We know this about already. So, all right, let me bring this up a little bit easier so I can see myself. Okay. Supreme Court of the State of New York, County of New York. In the matter of the application of Frozen Moments, LLC, petitioner for an order pursuant to Section 3102C of the Civil Practice Law and rules to compel pre-action disclosure from UMG Recordings, Inc. and Spotify USA. See, that's the thing. Why was it just those? Why was it just those two? Why would you just do those two? For the simple fact that there's, like I said, YouTube, there's Apple. Hell, you could have sued Deezer. Nigga, why did you target UMG and Spotify? You know why? Drake is whistleblowing that UMG is the main investor in Spotify. That's literally what he's whistleblowing right now. Universal Music Group has the bigger percentage invested into Spotify. So you know how you have, see, a lot of people don't know about UMG has a TuneCore-like service that you can pay for. If you go to Universal Music Group's website, you literally can pay for a TuneCore-like service to get a certain single, video, or whatever the fuck you want to do. You can put it out through, I think it's called Spin B, I think it is. You can put it out through there, and Universal Music Group literally curates what happens to it. And if it's popular enough, of course, it's almost like a tryouts. If it's popular enough, of course, Universal might just pick it up. But of course, the only way they're going to know what it's actually doing is if they have their hand in the pot with one of the main distributors, which is Spotify. So if they got their hand in the pot with Spotify, they're able to monitor and see what is going on with Spotify a little bit easier than they would, say, an Apple Music or any other site. The funny thing is, like I said, why would you not include YouTube knowing that UMG has their hand in the pot of YouTube? That kind of took me by surprise there. But at the same time, I get why you didn't, because then you would be having to talk to another juggernaut over there, which is Lyor Cohen. You can't add Lyor Cohen to the Lucian Grange mix because, like I said, you're trying to fight too many juggernauts at one time. You already got beef with Thanos. I don't know if you really want to fight Thanos right now, but nigga, you're up against Thanos. Do you really want to add in a Doctor Doom? I already got to worry about Thanos. You don't need to add no more. Ack reacts saying Drake used him during the Kendrick beef. My whole thing with Ack is that he is still the only one, and I've said this before, he's the only one waving the white flag for Drake still. He is standing in a field by his damn self waving a flag for Drake. Everybody else has left that field. He is by his damn self waving that flag. You cannot cape for this nigga no more. Especially after this lawsuit. You cannot cape, and let me say the lawsuit, this petition. You cannot cape for him anymore after this. It don't even make sense to. Yeah, outside Alpha not getting fed little guys and getting blamed all the time. He taking things to their own hands. That's why they needed Trump. Let's see, react saying Drake used him during Kendrick beef. See, they needed Trump to resign those agencies. Period B. Well, I agree with that actually. That they needed Trump to resign the agencies. I agree with that actually. Profound things to come. Just trying to read everybody's in the cap. I'm trying to catch up because I know I was off on a tangent. I don't expect such profound things to come. Let's see. That's the crazy part. Well, I wish that, Ack was, but the reason why Ack is, of course, waving the flag for Drake is because he's paid to. That's just the obvious matter. He's got to be paid to at this point. He's said it so many times that he makes millions off of just talking about it. He's made millions off of doing it. So I think at this point he's just actually, embracing the bad guy role of I'm the only guy caping for Drake. So this is the entertainment that y'all came here to see is me cape for Drake. Even though I'm a hater for Kendrick, of course, because Kendrick said Ack is compromised, that still lingers and rings around. So, of course, I know that rubs Ack the wrong way. I know it does. It just has to. So, he's going to always keep that in the back of his mind. Plus, he's Jamaican. He's going to be petty about that with Kendrick for the rest of his life. Unless they squabble. Let's just squabble up. That's just how it's going to be. So, let's see. RV, a.k.a. Go Home. Roger strikes again. Graham, yes. Hippie Television, what's going on? Where we at? Okay. So, petitioner frozen. And again, like I said earlier, I have a blister on the inside of my lips. So, if I sound like Mike Tyson sometimes, I've had it in advance. Petitioner Frozen Moments LLC by and through its undersigned attorneys respectfully petitions the court pursuant to New York civil practice law and rule CPLR 3102C for an order granting limited pre-action disclosure from respondents UMG Recordings Inc., UMG and Spotify USA Inc., Spotify and directing the preservation of relevant evidence in the possession, custody, or control of UMG. Nature of the dispute. In his memo to staff reflecting on highlights of 2021, the CEO of UMG, Lucian Grange, remarked on it being harder than ever for artists to break through the noise. 60,000 songs are added to Spotify every day. Here we go. He dressed it up. He's dressing it up. Here we go. Here we go. Spotify is the word. See, the reason why you can hear he's gearing it up is because, and I brung this up before, when Drake first came out, it was around the time of Rhapsody and LimeWire. Okay, Spotify hadn't yet taken over, as well as Apple hadn't yet taken over. Hell, they definitely weren't in bed with the labels yet. But LimeWire and Rhapsody damn sure weren't in bed with the labels. In fact, they were pretty much, the new online bootleggers that ran amok through people's computers. And albums were getting leaked. So that was another huge thing, right? You wanted to get an album without paying for that bitch, you went to LimeWire. Or you went to Rhapsody and somebody had the link for you. So millions of dollars were literally being lost within the music industry at this time, okay? So while that's happening, Drake is now coming up on the scene, and he's being invested in. Yes, so nostalgic. He's being invested in. Yes, a very big industry plant that's dying right now, right? So Drake comes along. I'm just, skimming through, of course. Biggest artist at the time, right? Ladies love him. The guys want to be him. He's the perfect 1-2 punch for rap music right now, right? And of course, everyone knows rap music or hip hop music in general is the biggest mover on the needle in the industry. Okay, pop music had the 90s, rock music had the 80s, so on and so forth, right? Hip hop has been running away with the flair from mid-90s up until damn near now, which is why they try so hard to destroy it. But let me not get too far off on a tangent. When Drake came along, it was at a time of LimeWire and Rhapsody, and music was being pirated, and millions of dollars was being lost within the industry. So it literally took Drake to sell records again, actual physical copies. At the beginning, and I mean the very beginning of that Better Than Good Enough documentary that was on MTV, Sway himself said, "Yo, is he gonna be the new artist to make people start buying records again?" If Drake didn't sell anything on that album, hip hop wouldn't have been fucking going after him. Drake sold, was it between 470 and 490, I believe, that first week. They pretty much put him at gold, right? So they're like, oh, it's a celebration. He sold gold. The big celebration was, of course, the fact that music could still sell. But at the end of the day, could he keep doing these numbers? So now, of course, you start to get the investment in Drake. Okay, he's the savior of music, so let's now put some money into him, being that everybody still, still loves him. Okay, let's put the money into him now. Take Care happens. Nothing Was the Same, so on and so forth, right? You fast forward to Before All the Dogs and... No. You fast forward to Scorpion, excuse me. You fast forward to post-Scorpion, okay? Post-Scorpion, we have the Kanye West and Drake beef, right? So hear me out. Let me cook. Being that you have the Drake and Kanye beef going on, you also have in the mix Kanye whistleblowing against all of media. Now the Jew thing hasn't happened yet, but he's whistleblowing still at all media, okay? Follow. He's whistleblowing at all media. Drake is not. Drake is still Mr. Goody Two-Shoes as far as that goes in the regards. So instead of me paying some money for Kanye and the rest of my big acts, I know who's pretty much, running things in music right now, and if his name is either said or he's on a record or he does a feature, he does an interview, whatever it is, he's Hulk Hogan at this point right now. He can't lose. Let's put majority, or I should say a quarter of the company's money in this guy right here and we'll even give him some points on the next few projects that he decides to go in on, be a part of, or have some type of say about. We'll let him be a curator for UMG. Because he's doing so well with curating his own music, we'll let him be a curator for UMG as well and put points on all of the artists that he decides to work with or have a say in or on, okay? Through that happening, Mr. Drake, if you haven't noticed, gets a little bit too big for his britches. Because why on earth would you then title an album, Honestly Nevermind? You got so damn excited that you could not tell anybody. Because again, that's just the scorp in you. You could not tell niggas. Honestly, never mind. And everybody's like, what the fuck? Why is he naming the album like that? Honestly, never mind. You wanted to talk about the big $400 million, but you couldn't yet. Couldn't. And you damn sure couldn't let everybody know what it actually consists of. That's a 360 on 360. It's exactly what the hell it is. J Money, what's going on? And funny you say that, J Money. We were actually looking that up. I think it was 2 pods ago. We did Project Bluebeam, and we were also not to get too far from the topic. We pretty much correlated that the Drake thing in reptilians, because there's a reptilian species called the Draconians. So ironically, someone's name they didn't even realize where they got it from because their dad gave it to them, Drake, and he's just Drake now. But then there's a whole reptilian race called Draconians. Just saying. So, yeah, it's, again, all invested. All invested in. Just like the demise of this gentleman is all invested in. Like, so when he came out, it was around the time where music needed to be saved. We move fast forward after this is that $400 million is a thank you. Thank you for saving music back in the day, because, you know, and where you've taken it, no one has had a run like this ever in music. But again, the run that you had, Drake, was invested in. Because here's the funny thing, right? While all this is going on, I want somebody to interview Wale. Somebody interview and ask Wale. Hey, Wale, do you remember when you said that about, you know, no one saying anything about the light-skinned rapper that just keeps getting all the looks and the features? Meanwhile, you doing the same features and the same records, but you just ain't getting the light. I remember why Wale left the game. Because when you're that nice and talented lyrically, but you hearing about this guy that is pretty much giving these records, it'll drive you fucking insane. Literally, it will drive you insane. His alter ego is Rudy Huxtable. That's funny as hell. Yes, the 720 in 1 deal. That's a great way to put that one. The 720 in 1 deal. All right, so let's continue reading this here. So, nature of the dispute. In his memo, let me just read up the beginning part here just in case we all got lost here. So in his memo to staff reflecting on highlights of 2021, the CEO of UMG, Lucian Grange, remarked on it being harder than ever for artists to break through the noise. 60,000 songs are added to Spotify every day. So Spotify is the world's most popular audio streaming subscription service. As of the end of the third quarter of 2024, Spotify boasted more than 640 million monthly active listeners. So read the rest of this right here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this. Do a better one. Do a better one. Make life easier. All right, so. Okay, so. Where we at? Oh. Spotify is the world's most popular audio streaming subscription service. Okay, that's where we at. All right. So as of 2024, third quarter of 2024, Spotify boasted more than 640 million monthly listeners or active users and 252 million subscribers. Spotify pays music companies like UMG for the right to license songs so it can play them on its streaming and subscription platforms. In 2023 alone, Spotify paid more than $9 billion in royalties to music labels and producers. Hip-hop is one of the most popular genres on Spotify, among to nearly a quarter of all streams on Spotify globally in 2023. Spotify and UMG have a long-standing symbiotic business relationship. As one of Spotify's earliest supporters, UMG entered into a multi-year global license agreement with Spotify in 2020. Pardon me, I got parched there. So they entered an agreement in 2020. The plot thickens. Again, Drake is whistleblowing. UMG and Spotify collaborate on strategic marketing campaigns and products, and in 2024 announced an expansion of their strategic partnership through which Spotify will amplify music discovery and social interaction and enhance fan experiences across the platform for UMG's family of artists and songwriters. Based on UMG's financial reporting, Spotify paid UMG around $2.28 billion in 2023. Again, UMG says Spotify paid Universal Music Group $2.28 billion, which amounted to 19% of Universal Music Group's total revenue in 2023. Yes, literally payola. Literally legal payola, if you will. Literally legal payola. It's the entitlement of Drake that's getting me. He purposely dropped the lawsuit on Kendrick New Music Day. Yeah. Very Jay-Z Nas-ish. Very Jay-Z Nas-ish, that one. Nas drops the album. Oh, Jay-Z got a haircut. That's pretty much the equivalent to that right there. That's pretty much the equivalent to that. Every time Nas does something or drops music, Jay just randomly makes an announcement. Yo, I'm going bowling. I'm telling you, every single time, every single damn time. But yes, this was being very petty for him to drop the suit on the day of the album. And of course, that's the thing. Now that Drake is, he's not Drake anymore. The still didn't even hit that it was an actual lawsuit out until after the weekend. They was like, all right, we enjoying Kendrick shit right now. We'll get to this lawsuit you got later on, Drake. We'll figure out what you're talking about later. That's literally what happened with this one. So, let's see. This is links right here. Press release reports, third quarter. Let me see what this is. Oh, no, I ain't want to do that. I want to open a tab. So, monthly active users grew to about 640 million subscribers, 12% up, 252. Then we have the $4 billion in the total revenue, and then we have the gross margin reaching about 31%. Operating income improved to 454 million. So, third quarter of 2024 improved to 454 million. So, reason why that number is important right there is because it's right around the number that Drake would have been able to recoup, I guess, back to Lucian. He probably would have made bank. Well, not really made bank, but he definitely would have made profit He definitely would have made a little bit of profit with 54 million, but at the same time, this was to pretty much. Lucian wanted to make it so that $400 million wasn't even something that Drake can keep attaining. He didn't want. He wanted to keep, of course, Drake. If he was, of course, he was going to keep him. Just being the cash cow that he was, but it would be a little bit easier if I devalue him. In that way, he just keeps owing me that money. Now I don't have to keep renegotiating shit. It's, nigga, you got to pay this money back or that's it. No more deal. That is a wrap for Drake. Point blank, period. And of course, we have to look at the rest of the press releases that are right here. But streaming is essential to Universal Music Group's current bottom line and its future business strategy. In a report related to the third quarter of 2024, UMG noted a nearly 29% year-over-year decrease in downloads and other digital revenue because of the continued format shift towards streaming across the music industry. UMG's long-term strategy relies on accelerating the growth of and monetization from streaming and subscription. In October 2024, UMG unveiled a new slogan, Streaming 2.0, which illustrates the importance UMG places on at saturating the streaming market. Which illustrates the importance of UMG places on saturating the streaming market. So, let me see, like literally every. Just trying to read here. Cook Canada. If you listen to Kanye's Like That verse, he mentions Lucian being Drake's master. Yep. Absolutely. He see what brought this to light also was the Justin LaBoy interview he did. And Justin LaBoy was acting oblivious to who Lucian Grange was, and of course that was to ask Kanye, who's Lucian Grange? And then Kanye, of course, pretty much whistleblows who Lucian Grange is and how he's the quote unquote slave master. He's just another slave master. That's really literally what he called him, right? So in 2024, UMG did not rely on chance or even ordinary business practices to break through the noise on Spotify and likely other music platforms. It instead launched a campaign to manipulate and saturate the streaming services and airwaves with a song, Not Like Us, in order to make that song go viral, including by using bots and pay-to-play agreements. UMG released Not Like Us, or the song, on May 4, 2024, pursuant to various contractual rights. UMG, via its division Interscope Records, Interscope has exclusive control over the license of the song. So, again, who would have thought that, though? UMG released Not Like Us. Everyone would have thought that was Interscope. But look, pursuant to various contractual rights, UMG, via its division Interscope Records, Interscope has exclusive control over the licensing of the song. So, not a lot of people this pretty much whistle blew on the merger that nobody thought about. I thought Drake was about the dogs, not bitches. That's funny. Well, the female dogs, I guess you would say. That shit blew up organically. Yes, very much so. Not Like Us blew up very organically. This was not an invested record. But Drake is trying to say that that's exactly what happened here, which, if you want to think about it, this is, again, whistleblowing. So regardless if UMG invested in it or not, people didn't know that Interscope is now part of Universal Music Group. How many people actually knew that merger actually happened recently, right up under people's noses? Universal Music Group is now the big hub for all of the labels. Literally, damn near all of the labels, I think, except for Warner. But isn't that something right there? Yep, UMG owns Interscope when it used to be separate. Used to be a completely separate entity. But again, this is how Drake was able to eat off of so many different artists because of the big wig companies that had merged in. Why do you think he's able to even say, he was able to talk shit on the Taylor Made record, saying Taylor Swift run your boys over there in the scope? Remember, he was talking big shit about that Kendrick was some little artist that was over there? Not so much now, is he? To the point Universal is even giving him the green light. Yeah, see, I figured that. They got one or two. So it's just Universal Music Group and Sony. And who's the last person to go over to Sony Music? Well, what big name? I'm pretty sure there are some big names there, but it's not too many big names that are on Sony Music. The Monstars are all at UMG. They're all at UMG. Okay, where was I at? Streaming is this. I'm trying to see where I was at. On 2024, UMG did not rely on. Okay, yeah, I'm at the bottom here. So, on information and belief, UMG charged Spotify licensing rates 30% lower than its usual licensing rates for Not Like Us in exchange for Spotify affirmatively recommending the song to users who are searching for other unrelated songs and artists. I'm not going to do the sightings right now. So neither UMG nor Spotify disclosed that Spotify had received compensation of any kind in exchange for recommending the song. Neither UMG nor Spotify disclosed that Spotify had received compensation of any kind for exchange for recommending the song. UMG just signed a deal with the biggest label in China the other day. Yeah, they like I said, it's money moves that are going on right now that on the surface level nobody's paying attention to. We're gonna look at that in a second. Actually, we'll keep that in my memory decks. UMG signed a big deal with China, a Chinese label. That's very telling right there. That's very because you know what I thought about. The fact that we literally are going to have like Sims-like radio soon. And what I mean by that is we're going to have like international radio to the point where it don't even matter what the fuck we're listening to because half the time we only pay attention to melody anyway. Our brains and the way it's programmed to function, majority of the time, a lot of us are doing things while we're listening to music now. So we're not even digesting music the same to the point we just hear. That's all we literally hear is the melody in our heads. Okay? Some of us don't even pay attention to the words the first one or two times on the listen. Think about that. The first one or two times on the listen, are you really listening to the lyrics? Did Michael Jackson own 51% of Sony Music? Yes, he definitely did. He definitely did. He most certainly did. He most certainly did. All right, let me get back to this real quick. Had received compensation of any kind in exchange for recommending the song. On information and belief, Spotify pays UMG licensing fees through the wires or mails. UMG directly or through Interscope also conspired with and paid currently unknown parties to use bots to artificially inflate the spread of Not Like Us and deceive consumers into believing the song was more popular than it was in reality. Now, that's not necessarily true. That record just started moving. That record literally just started moving. It picked up legs from the beef. The record was already hilarious, dissing you and the lyrics that had to it. I think that's what Drake is failing to realize. Like, you keep wanting to use the narrative or say things in in the live streams like, "Oh, I'm still here intact. It'll take facts to take me out, not fairy tales." And like, dog, you keep trying to get the same bit, knowing damn well people know otherwise. So that's where he's not realizing that, yo, this part of the beef ain't invested in. The organic blow up of Not Like Us was not necessarily invested in. The staying power of it and the moving around of it, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see. And to see consumers and play. Okay, so bots are software programs used to, programs designed to mimic human behavior to appear to be real social media accounts. One individual known to Petitioner revealed publicly on a popular podcast that Mr. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth's label paid him via third parties to use bots to achieve 30 million streams. Now they're talking about DJ Academics when the gentleman went on there and pretty much let everybody know. Now, he didn't want to necessarily show his face or, tell him who his name was, but he pretty much just stayed on the call with Academics, and they were pretty much going over how many bots he was paid to have or whatever. But that was, it was all poppycock. It was all bullshit. It was all bullshit. That's funny as hell. Chubb sitting on the couch saying, "Oh, you did that, bitch?" That's funny as hell. That's funny as hell. Let me see where else is that. Okay, so 3 minutes on Spotify in the first days of the release of Not Like Us, with the goal of jump-starting the song's spread and turning it into a crazy hit on the platform. No, what turned it into a crazy hit is the fact that they were calling you a pedophile. And there was so much damn funny and hilarious truth to it. That is literally the catchiest part of the songs. Okay? Of the song, I should say. It say, OVO, 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 OVO. And what's the other one? There's so many different famous lines from that damn record, but anyone that talk to him and he in love, just make sure you hide your little sisters from him. Like, it's certain things. It's just certain things that just pretty much stung. Like, they just stung differently. It wasn't like one big beast thing. This is a couple of stings that just keep hitting your ass and you keep pricking. You just keep pricking away, and it's just more of these shits just hitting you. Just more of them and more of them. Dang, Drake, such a waste of time doing this huge L. Drake. I agree. I definitely agree. He should have not done this. He never should have done this. Not Like Us was a big organic hit. Big organic hit. The whistleblower described Spotify as the easiest. That's crazy they call him that too. The whistleblower described Spotify as the easiest platform to bot because it does not, like the other streaming platforms, have certain security measures when it comes to bot protection. The whistleblower further revealed that on May 6, 2024, an individual affiliated with Mr. Combs sent him a payment of $2,500 via the digital payments platform Zelle, which is owned by a number of banks, and that he was promised another $2,500 in percentage on the song's total sales of the initial push. So there goes the point again, that point system that was there. So on information and belief, hired other unknown third parties to use bots to promote Not Like Us and also to inflate the streams of Not Like Us music video. The Not Like Us music video, which UMG first published on July 4th, 2024. See, there's those little instances that he keeps pointing out that UMG is the actual parent company that was writing off on all this shit when it was actually it possibly was just in the scope. But of course now, like I said, the wool's been taken off. He can pretty much realize that it is just UMG. which UMG first published on 24. Okay, so UMG appears to have used similar tactics with other streaming services. On information and belief, UMG paid or approved payments to Apple Inc. to have its voice-activated digital assistant Siri purposely misdirect users to Not Like Us online. That's so funny as hell. So pretty much you open your phone up, you don't even say, Siri, put on Not Like Us. And it just opens up to Not Like Us. You went to go order some Domino's real quick and it's just going to open up to Not Like Us. I doubt it very much. When users ask Siri to play the album Certified Lover Boy by recording artist R.B. Drake Graham, Siri instead played Not Like Us, which contains the lyric Certified Pedophile, an allegation against Drake. See, that's just a play on words, though, Drake. That's literally just a play on words. If you really want to think about it, that is literally just a play on words that the computer itself malfunctions and says, oh, you want to talk about certified? Well, you may be a certified pedophile too. So UMG engaged in similar pay-to-play schemes to increase the airplay of Not Like Us on the radio. And this is where Funk Flex wanted to do his little Hulk Hogan thing and say that he knows some. I know some DJs too that took some money under the table. All because you don't like Not Like Us. I can't stand how Flex is so biased against West Coast music that he's even willing to stand with Drake, someone he hates, just because he's willing to say fuck the West Coast. I hate Flex for that dumb shit. So ignorant as hell. Like, you are 60, 70 years old, my nigga. Get over it. The East Coast, West Coast beef wasn't even fucking real. Excuse me. I just hate when Flex does his rants about dumb shit that does not concern him. Saying that he knew about DJs that took payola for Not Like Us, all because you weren't playing the fucking record like an idiot. UMG engaged in similar pay-to-play schemes to increase the airplay of Not Like Us on the radio. Petitioner has obtained information from a third party indicating that at least one UMG employee made payments to an independent radio promoter serving as an intermediary who had agreed to transfer those payments to certain radio stations. See, there we go. And or radio station employees. These radio stations subsequently played Not Like Us without disclosing that they had been paid to do so. Of course not. Why would they say anything like that? This practice known as payola. It is prohibited by the Communication Act of 1934 and has been the subject of regulatory scrutiny by a number of executive agencies. So, state settlement with the New York Attorney General following an investigation involving accusations that UMG executives had used a broad array of pay-for-play tactics to secure radio airplay for music in connection with UMG's settlement. The New York Attorney General, Elliot Spitzer, explained consumers have a right not to be misled about the way in which the music they hear on the radio is selected. He continued to say that pay-for-play makes a mockery of claims that only the best or most popular music is broadcast. So separately in 2005, UMG was sued by the two radio promotion companies alleging fraudulent pay-to-play practices. Well, historically, payola has been thought of in terms of radio stations. In terms of paying radio stations to play songs. In February 2020, the Federal Trade Commission released guidance stating that by paying an influencer or pretend that their endorsement or review is unattained by a financial relationship, this is illegal payola. On information and belief, UMG employed a similar scheme by paying social media influencers to promote and endorse the song and video. That's that new website they got, basically. So, excuse me. For example, petitioner understands that UMG paid the popular NFR podcast, which has nearly 300,000 subscribers on YouTube and over 330,000 followers. So you paid the NFR podcast, which the NFR podcast pretty much on Twitter, if you follow them, they do play a lot of the new and exclusive music. So that's literally where everyone went to get the new Ross record when it first dropped. I'm talking about the first millisecond it dropped. Everybody went to NFR pretty much on Twitter to get it. Yeah, see, it's got 330,000 followers on Twitter. So whenever something premieres, you pretty much get it from NFR podcast in a sense. So to promote Not Like Us and its video without disclosing the payment, as part of its deal with UMG, the NFR podcast published podcast episodes and tweets and other content publicly about the song. And in a sea exchange of UMG's internal policy, UMG removed the song's copyright restrictions on YouTube and Twitch. See, I didn't know that part right there. But I don't believe it to be necessarily true. I don't believe it's true at all. Let's see, thereby whistling the song. But thereby whitelisting the song, which further incentivize influencers to spread the song. UMG's scheme to ensure Not Like Us broke through on Spotify, and man, that's a crazy allegation right here. And else on Spotify and elsewhere worked. Not Like Us broke Spotify records, as Interscope posted on its Twitter account. It was the fastest growing rap song to reach 300 million Spotify streams. That's a lot. That is a lot, though. That is a lot. So to date, Not Like Us has almost 900 million streams on Spotify and holds the record for the biggest single day streams of a hip-hop song and the most streamed diss track in Spotify history. Not Like Us has spent 27 weeks on Spotify's city chart for New York City, which ranks the weekly streaming popularity of songs by users in New York. Within a week of its initial release, Not Like Us broke the record for the most streamed song in a several-day period with 96 million streams after UMG published the video. Posted a video. Not Like Us returned to the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100, and the same week, the song was streamed an additional 53 million times, and it played on the radio an additional 40 million times from July 4th to August 8th. The video ranked first on YouTube's weekly top music video chart. On November 13, 2024, the iHeartRadio leaderboard reported that Not Like Us was the second most popular song on the platform. That might not be true right there in 2013 anyway. See, force right here, 42 on the popular music in hip-hop stations, I'm not sure, including Z100, Power 105, WQHT 97.1, and then Hot 97. Of course, from May 9th to August 15th, this song was among the top 10 of all songs streamed in New York City. Let me see here. So UMG touted the record-breaking success. On July 16, 2024, Interscope reposted on Twitter that the song had become the best-selling rap song of 2024 in the U.S. On July 24th, UMG posted on its Twitter account about the song, charting the most streamed song of the week. On August 29th, UMG posted on Twitter with a link into Summer Hits 2024 playlist by Spotify, and the caption song of the summer, UMG fan lands out of 5. On Spotify, Birds of a Feather, Hot to Go, Not Like Us, Espresso. UMG schemes to artificially infiltrate the popularity of Not Like Us, were motivated, at least in part, by the desire of executives Interscope to maximize their own profits. UMG executives have an annual incentive program pursuant to which they are rewarded for. They're rewarded for meeting and surpassing sales and profits projections, among other metrics. The incentives are largely based on the specific UMG division rather than the performance of UMG more generally. So it lets you know it's just business, it's just business, it's just business. I don't give a fuck what you selling over there. It's just business, my brother. It's just business. So, for example, the annual incentive or bonus Interscope's CEO, John Jank, is based 90% on his financial success of Interscope and only 10% on the financial success of UMG. For example, the annual incentive or bonus for Interscope CEO John Janik is based 90% on the financial success of Interscope and only 10% on the financial success of UMG generally. Thus, on information and belief, Mr. Janik and other executives at Interscope have been incentivized to maximize the financial success of Interscope through the promotion of Not Like Us and its revitalizing impact on on the artist's prior recording catalog, including his first 5 studio albums, which are owned by Interscope. Interesting to note there. Black History Month coming up soon. Oh yeah. What if he drops the album around then? I mean, too many people would actually expect him to drop it around then, so that might not be the case, but it could be. It very well could be. Nicki Man now, wait until he realizes that the national anthem for Juneteenth. Oh my goodness. My goodness, that's so funny right there. Listen to Zero the other day, and it kept putting Drake music on the list. I had to keep thumb down the music. That's funny as hell. That was like that's like his version of Hard Part 6 that got all the thumbs down more than it does have thumbs up. That is kind of crazy that even happened to someone. Petitioner has received information that UMG has been taking steps in an apparent effort to conceal its schemes, including but not limited to by terminating employees associated with or perceived as having loyalty to Drake. So pretty much if you're a fan of any kind, Indeed, UMG has demonstrated that it has no interest in taking responsibility for his misconduct. Over the past several months, Drake has repeatedly sought to engage UMG to discussion to resolve the ongoing harm he has suffered as a result of UMG's actions. Interesting. So he planned to sue them a while ago, it looks like. So UMG refused to engage in negotiations that insisted that HBO is not responsible for its own actions. Instead, has pointed the finger at Mr. Duckworth. And instead, that Drake should initiate a legal action against Mr. Duckworth rather than UMG, and even against UMG. Okay. So streaming and licensing is a zero-sum game. Every time a song breaks through, it means another artist does not. UMG's choice to saturate the music market with Not Like Us comes at the expense of its other artists like Drake, as Drake is Petitioner's sole owner, and Petitioner owns the copyright to Drake's entire catalog. The parties, Petitioner Frozen Moments LLC is a live. Okay, so just reading through different people. So Respond to MG is as a highly obtained subsidiary in Universal Music Group. So this is just the people that's actually there and shit. So there we go. Jurisdiction in venue. This court has a person. Okay, so it's just the jurisdiction. I thought it was something else. Okay, so we pretty much got the meat and potatoes of everything, to where Drake is pretty much selling. He's suing. He's pretty much suing at this point, but also he wants his Hell in a Cell. I get that. He wants his time with this one. He wanted his time with this one, but I get it, Drake. You know, Drake is officially a Judas in music. Yeah, pretty much. So you don't necessarily need to read the rest of this to know that this is all gonna be bullshit soon. Reason why I say that is because he has nothing. He has no legs to stand on. There's nothing to stand on with this one. Yeah, you can make it look good, but at the same time, at the end of the day, nobody's checking for this. Nobody is necessarily checking for this. And it's like I said, it's the little boy that cried wolf in this scenario here. That's literally all I'm seeing right here. It's the little boy that cried wolf. Yeah, he said it didn't sue him, but also he didn't really say it. He kind of just really. Yes, definitely. So, excuse me. This all could blow up in everyone's faces, and the diddler gets loud on the technicality. That could very well happen, y'all. The bid could be let out. Excuse me. The bid could be let out. Diddy could be let out on a vitality. I do see that happening as well. He made Sexy Red get more hair than him, so he mad at everybody. That's funny as hell. Drake is biting the hands that feeds him and his son. Yes, he is. Unfortunately. Oh man. Okay, so. Let me see. Was there something else I had on the itinerary? I think it was something else I did have. Let me just see real quick. I know it was something else before I get over there. And we do Kendrick's album. Let me see. Oh, I might as well knock this out the park real quick. This is simple. This is simple. This is pretty simple. Once again, thank you guys and God bless you guys. I greatly appreciate it. Like, I'm trying to keep my composure and holding back the waterworks for you guys blessing me with the Cash App. I greatly appreciate each and last one of y'all. Like, I was just, I was in prayer that I would get, $5, but I greatly appreciate all you guys. I greatly appreciate every last one of you. Next thing I was going to get into real quick.
First at 5:30, however, he is an internationally known preacher based here in Dallas. This morning, during a 9 a.m. Sunday service, Bishop T.D. Jakes of the Potter's House suffered a health incident during a morning prayer. The whole thing caught on camera as that morning service was being streamed around the world. Our Olivia Leach joining us now outside the Potter's House in Dallas with more on the megachurch pastor.
Every Sunday, thousands of parishioners come here to the Potter's House in Dallas for their Sunday service. This is where Bishop T.D. Jakes suffered that medical incident while on stage. Now the video of the incident is going viral. In the video that's now gone viral, you can see Bishop Jakes finished his Sunday sermon, and then got quiet, seemed to shake. The crowd reacting before several people rushed on stage to come to his aid. On the Potter's House Facebook page, parishioners and followers around the world sent prayers for Bishop Jake's quick recovery. In a statement posted online, the Potter's House said Bishop T.D. Jakes experienced a slight health incident and received immediate medical attention. They thanked the community for the outpouring of love, prayers, and support, and said that Bishop Jakes is stable and under the care of medical professionals. The Potter's House did not share if T.D. Jakes was hospitalized following the incident or what may have led up to the incident. In Dallas, Olivia Leach, CBS News, Texas.
Sitting here talking. I'm about to say, I'm sitting here talking. I'm muted as hell. Check your Patreon messages on me. Okay, I definitely will. I most definitely will. Thank you. I love you guys too. I love you guys too. Thank you so much, Medusa. I love you too. Oh, the article. Almost forgot where I was at. Almost forgot where I was. So it says here, Bishop T.D. Jakes is stable after suffering a health incident during Sunday's sermon, church says. Bishop T.D. Jakes had a slight health incident. Ooh, why is this doing this? Finish creating your account. Why? Cancel. Damn it. Says Bishop T.D. Jakes had a slight health incident while delivering a lengthy sermon on Sunday, according to the Potter's House. The Dallas-based megachurch where he serves as pastor. Jake was stable as of Sunday night, according to the statement. The 67-year-old pastor and author was seen in footage shared on social media pausing during the sermon and shaking as individuals approached him on stage. Jakes, who leads the what's that say? Non-denominational multicultural Christian church received immediate medical attention after his hour-long Sunday sermon, according to statements posted on Twitter. The entire Potter House family is grateful for the outpouring for love, prayers, and support from the community. The church's statement said CNN reached out to the Potter's House for comfort. Founded in 1986 by Jakes, the Potter's House has more than 30,000 members. According to its website, Bishop Jakes' daughter, Sarah Jakes Roberts, and her husband, Torrey Roberts, who both frequently preach at the Potter's House, said in a video posted on Instagram late Sunday that Jake was already beginning to improve. It is a reminder that even going into this holiday season, we need to love on the people who you hold near and dear, and just to take the time to be grateful for all the people's God's given you, said Sarah Jakes Roberts. Torrey Roberts added, obviously today could have been a tragic day, but it wasn't. By the mercy of God, by the grace of God, Bishop is doing well. He's recovering. That's funny. I knew he was going to do that. As well as he's under medical care. He's strong, but we're trying to get him to sit down. He's the strong bishop that we know, but we really can't thank you enough for your prayers. Okay. Very nice. But T.D. Jakes, I think, is just suffering, what they call pneumonitis. If you don't know what that means, that necessarily means that someone is going to have pneumonia randomly. I feel like someone is going to randomly have fucking pneumonia all of a sudden. That's what it feels like. Someone is randomly not going to be able to make it on the witness stand, I think. That's what it's starting to feel like. That someone is definitely not going to make the witness stand. Okay, so before it gets too late for IA, what time is it? 1:22 here. So I still have about 2-3 more hours in me for y'all. So I am going to get myself over here to just Twitch. So I want everybody, matter of fact, because we're gonna play nothing but music over there. So I'm a for everybody that is on YouTube right now, shout out to everybody that tuned in. But I'm gonna just again, we're gonna head over to the land of Twitch. I still got it. I should still have it up. Okay. We're gonna head on over to the land of Twitch, y'all. And for those that don't have the link, buy that. Oh, there it goes. Okay. For those that don't got the link, and for those that don't got this link, buy that. Because this live, as well as our Kendrick Lamar album review, especially the Kendrick Lamar album review, will be on the motherfucking Patreon. So I'm only playing this now because, like I said, we're going to get on over to Twitch.
These niggas, yeah, Drake? Drake? The nigga that got bodied by Pusha T? The
Once
nigga
again,
that
shout out
hiding
to
his
everybody
kid
that's
from
in
the world,
up
but
in
his
here.
world
Baby
wanna hide
Juju,
from the kid?
Medusa,
Aubrey Graham in the
Overthoughts,
wheelchair.
Fury B, the
Drake,
homie,
yes.
J Money.
Y'all niggas better stop playing with me in here.
What happened was,
Stop telling me like I ain't teach Drake everything he know.
Hold on, you taught Drake everything he
J Money,
knows.
Y'all didn't hear
Chanel.
Drake on his first song? Tell me what's really going on. Drizzy Drake back in this thing already.
I know
What's
Kim
that?
Crawford
That's
was up in here.
Soldier.
Shit.
That's
Oh,
my bar.
shit.
He copied my whole fucking flow.
That's Kiss Me Through the Phone.
He copied my whole
See y'all in a
fucking
second,
flow.
y'all.
Peace.
Word for word,
Shit.
bar for bar.
Load up the Pro Tools and press 3. Studio filled with Jack in the Box and Pepsis. Niggas watching War Star videos, not the SBs. Laughing at B-pump or stomach turning. I get up and proceeded to write something. Absol in the corner, mumbling raps, fumbling packs of Blackie Mouse, crumbling Kush till he cracked a smile. His words legendary, wishing I could rhyme like him. Study the style to refine my pen. That was back when the only goal was to get J-Rock through the door. Warner Brother Records, hope Naeem Ali would let us know. Was excited just to go to them label meetings. Wasn't my record deal, but still I couldn't believe it. Me and Rock inside the booth hibernating. It was simple math. If he made it, that mean I made it. Everything I had was for the team. I remained patient, grinding with my brothers. It was us against them, no one above us. Bless our hearts. My nigga Dave had a champagne Acura, a bunch of instrumentals I freestyled in the passenger. That nigga wore several hats, a producer, manager, director, and DJ. A hi-hat, squabbling bloods, power rules, and keywords. For this little thing of ours,
What it is you really do.
A bullshit.